Welcome to episode 1 of a new gaming related podcast that I am starting called Controller Freaks. If you follow me closely on social media, then you know that I already am the host of Inside the Helmet, a sports, mostly football, American football that is, related podcast that I'll host with my dad every week. And I also like video games. I like talking about video games. I like playing video games. And so I wanted to expand the podcast format from just football to also talking about video games. And so here we have Controller Freaks. For episode 1, I wanted to do something that I saw AlphaRad do. AlphaRad, very popular YouTuber, has a couple million subscribers, and all that. I'm sure some of you watching probably watch him as well. But what this idea is, I have a tier list here, and I have a bunch of my mains from different games that I could think of. I don't think I have nearly as many as he did, but just some that came to mind, and yeah, I wanted to kind of rank them. You can see my tiers here. At the top, we have This Is Me, going down to Funny Pick, Childhood Choice, I didn't know what else to play, and finally Did It for the Meta is at the bottom because that's not really like, when you pick a main for a video game, you're kind of projecting an embodiment of your opinion of yourself onto the game with your character or gun or vehicle, whatever choice. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Just going in order here of the way that the images are arranged here. Kind of an obscure one. This is what is it even called? The arrow spray. Okay. Yeah, going in order right here, we have the arrow spray from Splatoon. I'm not really a big Splatoon player anymore, but I know back in the day I sure was, especially in the days of Splatoon 1 and 2. And I always gravitated towards the arrow spray, which is a very clean looking gun. I thought it handled very well. But also, I didn't know what else to play. Even now, I kind of have struggle figuring out the Splatoon meta. So I kind of just gravitate towards the guns that feel comfortable, and the arrow spray is definitely one of them. Then, going on to multiverses, Superman. Also, I didn't know what else to play. Multiverse is another game that I couldn't really figure out the meta for. It was only alive for not very long, and it certainly lost popularity well before it died. That's kind of why it died anyway. But I remember when I would play it when it first came out, I played Superman a little bit, just because obviously very well known character, one that I could, be familiar with. Anyway, moving on. This is Sonic from Smash 4, Smash Bros. On the Wii U. That's a childhood choice. Could also kind of lump that in with I didn't know what else to play, because obviously, like, if I'm choosing it as a child, it's probably because I didn't know what else to play, but growing up, I was a big Sonic fan. And so when I saw him in Smash Bros, obviously I gravitated towards wanting to play him in that game. So yeah. And then Sniper, from Team Fortress 2, also a childhood choice back when I would play TF2 on my family's iMac. Long time ago, I would play Sniper. Not even really sure why. I gravitated towards him, but I did. Then we have a couple characters from Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2. We have the football zombie, These are both going in kind of childhood choice. The football zombie and the regular pea shooter, just characters that always felt really comfortable to me. Playing. I always wanted to get into playing like the Chomper or the Cactus or something cool like that, but just I don't know, pea shooter always seemed cool. And I am a football player in real life. I'm a quarterback, and so anytime there's like football representation in something that has nothing to do with football, I always kind of gravitate towards that and latch onto it. So then we get to my boy Fish Stick. Yes, I'm including things that don't necessarily have like explicitly different mechanics or like different characters in games. Obviously, this is just cosmetic, but Fish Stick is my favorite Fortnite skin. Will always be my favorite Fortnite skin. This is me. Then, going on to a couple Rocket League cars, again, sticking with stuff that's basically all cosmetic. Back when I would originally play Rocket League on the computer, back in like 2016, 2017, very early on, I used the 2016 Batmobile from Batman v Superman. It was a childhood choice. I mean, it's like, oh, Batmobile, it's cool. I know at that time the Batmobile was meta. It was like the best car in the game that all the pros were using. I didn't know that. I didn't care about that. That's a childhood choice. And then the Fennec, I'll be real, I do it for the meta. I really like the Fennec. I don't want to put it this low, but like that's why I'm doing it. Because it's a good car. All the pros use it, so it feels good to play. Then we get on to a couple old Brawl Stars mains of mine. I'm actually going to do Bull first because he was my very first main. Um, that's a childhood choice. Even though I was in like 7th grade when I started playing Brawl Stars back in like 2018. Um, 7th or 8th grade. Yeah, Bull, obviously, very early brawler that you unlock, and even as I kept unlocking more and more brawlers, I really liked Bull. I would gravitate towards playing him. I enjoyed being able to walk right up next to people and blast them in the face with the shotgun. And that play style just always was fun to me. And then Pam, after I kind of moved on from Bull, this was back when Pam was like the best brawler in the game. Um, I'll say I did it for the meta. Um, even though I did really like playing Pam, she was the best brawler in the game. I think that's heavily what contributed to me playing her and wanting to keep playing her was she did a lot of damage. She had the healing. She had a whole lot of health. So she was broken for a time. A lot better than she is now. Then we get to a couple Overwatch characters. We have Soldier 76. I didn't know what else to play. This dude, when I first started playing Overwatch, he had a gun that seemed kind of normal. I didn't get all the like other fancy characters with their fancy abilities and weapons and attacks and stuff. I was like, oh, guy with gun that can sprint, sure. So I played him. Then we get to Moira. Um, Moira. Why did I pick Moira? I'll be real. I need to add a new category. Um, I need to add a new category. Suggested to me. Because when I got back into playing Overwatch more, okay, I don't know why that's all formatted weird. Anyway, I had some friends that I would play with, and they suggested I play Moira because they were more familiar with the game. So that's why I got into playing Moira as my Overwatch main, and she still is, honestly, if I had to just pick one. Then we get on to the daisies. Daisy in Smash Bros. This is a funny story. Daisy is my main for any and all games that she is in because one time I was at a friend's house just after Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. And we were gonna be staying up late at night with a couple other friends grinding the game to unlock all the characters, and it came time to unlock Daisy, and I happened to be the one that won that round, and therefore I was the one who had to actually face Daisy. And I jokingly was like, oh, if I win, I'll play as her. And I won, we unlocked Daisy, and then I just kept playing as her, and I actually did pretty well. I liked the play style of Daisy, and so I just rolled with it. And that's why we come to Mario Kart World Daisy, and this is me. At this point, Daisy is just a character that I gravitate to because of that story. And it's like, well, I gotta have a character that I gravitate to for some emotional reason. Yeah, that I'm emotionally connected to that character, and Daisy's that character for me. But no character will ever, I'm actually going to switch these two. No character will ever resonate with me more and be more me than Doug. Doug, of course, from Brawl Stars, is my favorite character for any video game ever, bar none. He's just so silly. I remember I got back into Brawl Stars in early 2024 after like kind of just playing it off and on, but mostly off for the like 2 years prior, basically year or two prior. Like I had taken a break from Brawl Stars. In that time, Doug had come out, and I had a friend who like paid a lot of money to unlock all the characters like really quickly with gems, and he had Doug. And I saw him play Doug, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love the way he walks. That dude looks so silly. I want him." And ever since then, I just couldn't wait to unlock Doug. And then as soon as I did unlock him, it was love at first sight. He's just so silly. And the whole joke of the wiener is just right up my alley. That's my kind of humor. It's awesome. His play style is great. He finally got a hypercharge after so long. It was almost like Supercell was torturing me specifically as a Doug main by not giving him a hypercharge, by not giving him a buff. And then he finally did, and it was awesome. And he was my first ever title for mastery that I got in the game, obviously. And so Doug is me. But with that being said, this was kind of a shorter episode. I just wanted to come on here, kind of do a little intro to the show, to the podcast, to Controller Freaks, and I thought this is a fun little idea we can do for our first episode. Obviously, as time goes on, I'll try and get other people on here. Leave a comment of what you guys might want me or any potential guests that we have on the show to talk about in any future episodes. And I'll be sure to read every single one of them and, try and talk about them. So please leave comments. Leave comments. I want to get some good engagement here on the show. But with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, for tuning in on YouTube and on Spotify. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode next week. See ya.